All right, guys, pour yourself a pumptini because we're going to be talking all things Vanderpump Rules with Stassi Schroeder. Hi, welcome to TV Guide Live. I'm Sadie Guinness, and I am beyond thrilled to be joined by Stassi Schroeder today.
Thank you. I'm so excited. P.S. Sadie's one of my baby names, so there's that.
Really? I'm going to pretend it's named after me.
Well, now it is, because you're lovely.
Thank you. And if you have any questions for Stassi, tweet them at TV Guide or share them in the comments below on Facebook. But so, Vanderpump Rules is finally back tonight.
I know.
How are you feeling? Like, are you kind of nervous to see certain things you said and did come out, or are you just, like, excited that it's back?
No, actually, this is the first season that I've been excited to watch. I've always dreaded watching every other season because I don't want to relive a lot of the dark things that, have happened. This is the first time that I feel like, because our group of friends we've gotten over so much and we've come full circle, that it feels different. There's a new energy to this season that I'm really excited about.
There is a huge shock for me in the premiere. Sandoval has blonde highlights.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So for me, I've been used to that now for 6 months, but yes, I'm trying to remember my initial shock when I first saw it. Yes, you're right.
It's a very bold look for him.
Well, it is a look, that's for sure.
There is one actual big shocking moment in the premiere, which is Jax starts spreading a piece of gossip about Brittany and Kristen hooking up.
Yes, that happened. That gossip happens. Yes, he spreads that. Yes.
What was your initial thought when you heard this rumor? Obviously, Jax is not known for always telling the truth, but did you write it off right away, or did part of you think, maybe?
No, I'm gonna be honest. Like, my first thought was, dude, why are you coming to me? Why are you coming to your ex-girlfriend to talk about something that happened with your current girlfriend and my best friend who fucked me over? Am I allowed to curse? I'm so sorry. Screwed me over with you, and we didn't speak for years. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm the last person you should be coming to for advice. That was the only thing that crossed my mind. Like, what? This is trippy.
He does seem to be trying to sort of rekindle a friendship with you, though, at the beginning of this season. Would you say you and Jax are real friends again, or are you just, like, cordial acquaintances? Where's your relationship right now?
I think, well, you'll have to walk, because there's so much that happens this summer and so much that unfolds, and I know that everybody always says you're gonna have to watch and see, but really, you kind of do, because we're all going through not the motions, but we're all trying to figure out how to really appreciate each other and who fits with who. And I appreciate the fact that Jax and I have been able to overcome a lot, and we've gotten into a whole new dynamic that it's different.
You have really rekindled your friendships with Sheena and Katie and Kristen, and you guys all seem very close in tonight's season premiere. Is that just like the calm before the storm this season?
Well, there's always a storm, but I'm very proud of that, because a lot of people think that, I see this on Twitter and I see this in social media. People say, oh, they're just fake friends because they're using each other for a storyline. And people forget that we were all best friends before we ever had a show. And we were family. And because I was away for a year and I had to take a step back and I didn't have my best friends, that I appreciate it now more than anyone could ever understand. And I honestly wish that the rest of my friends on the show appreciated it as much as I did, but they weren't away the way that I was. So now I feel like our friendships are it's so much deeper because we had to really do the work, almost as if it was like a romantic relationship where you go to therapy and you talk it out and you really put in the work to make your relationship work. We did that as friends.
And Schwartz does seem like a little sort of hesitant about you being back in Katie's life.
I think he's full of shit.
You think his concerns over you influencing Katie hold no weight?
Well, you know what? I won't say that it won't hold any weight because he's one of my best friends as well. And I really, truly love him and care about him. But I think it's easy to have like some sort of like PTSD situation So that's what I blame that on.
And Katie is an adult. Like,
Yeah, she's always been someone that's made her own choices and decisions. And you will see this season, she's feisty. She has her own opinions and she makes her own decisions. No one can ever tell her what to do.
we do know that she and Schwartz do finally tie the knot this year. Was it an easy journey to the aisle for them? What can you sort of preview about what that's like leading up to the wedding?
It's a very interesting journey, and that is something you're going to see a lot of this whole season.
And when we saw Sheena's bachelorette party, it actually was pretty calm for this show. There were no huge blowouts. Is Katie going to be as lucky when it comes to hers?
I think, you know what, this season, and especially with the bachelor and bachelorette party, I feel like the dudes are way more dramatic than the women this year.
Yeah? Who can you sort of tease might be butting heads this year?
I mean, I think by just narrowing it down to the guys, there's not that many of them. I feel like they fight more than we do. It's a switch up, I feel like.
Well, that actually happened, I believe, the same at Sheena's bachelorette party where the guys were sort of bickering.
Well, I wasn't there,
oh, yeah,
so I don't know.
That was the darkest season.
That's what we call the Ice Ages. So
I was actually shocked to see on Instagram, though, you joined Tom and Katie for their honeymoon.
I did.
How? Why?
Well, first of all, that is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I was there before they ever started dating, and I encouraged them to start dating. So I've seen them since the beginning. Both of them have been very good friends of mine, not just Katie. Schwartz has as well. And because, again, we've overcome so much, they were there on their honeymoon for a week by themselves, and then I'm the only single one in this group of friends. So they texted me and just said, just come. Like, seriously, you have nothing to lose. We've been together for a week. We've had the best honeymoon. Come. And so that day, I bought a plane ticket and flew to Bora Bora, which I probably should have researched a little more, because like everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. But it was one of the best few days of my life. Again, yeah, I'll be able to, join them on trips that they're on, but never their honeymoon. And that's really special.
Yeah, I think that says a lot about your relationships with both of them and how you might have like bicker in the past. But like you guys seem, I think like you and Katie, the most close out of everyone on this show and have since the first season.
Well, she's my best friend, and our emotions are so real, and that's why when we got in this huge fight season 3, I had to take a step back, and so did she, because it's real. We're not people that are just cast to go on a reality show and pretend to make drama and pretend to be friends. It is very real, and it affects us all very deeply. And to be able to overcome that, again, that's like what I keep trying to emphasize about this season, because that's what's made it so special for me to be back doing.
And what does your personal love life look like this season? I know your last boyfriend didn't appear on the show. Are we going to see you maybe go out on some dates this year?
Yes, you will. It's the first time I've actually done that on camera, even though it's our 5th year. Yeah, it's a very interesting season for me because of that. I'm not used to being in a relationship or even being like vulnerable with a dude on camera. Because when Jax and I filmed season 1, we broke up right away. So it was always nonstop fighting. But this is different this time.
Did you ask like any of your other castmates for like tips? Like, how do you guys date on camera?
Well, not just on camera. I asked tips on how to date, which I still don't know how to do. Shit is hard out there. There are all these apps. Like, when do you respond to things? Like, how long should I wait to get a message from someone? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like tapping out. I can't handle it.
Who gives the best dating advice of all of the cast members?
I'd honestly say Katie. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I could get raunchy, but I won't. So.
And things seem really good with most of the other cast members and yourself, but James and Lala are definitely the outsiders, at least in the beginning of this season. What can you sort of say about that? And will we see those alliances switch and maybe some people rekindling friendships with them?
I mean, all I will say is that, like, you know, they fueled my love of revenge fire. So I have a mission. This past summer, I had a mission. So
And we know
you'll see it.
Yeah, once you get a mission.
You know, you got to always succeed. Follow through.
How does Lisa sort of feel about her staff sort of split in these two factions?
I think she's used to it. I mean, if you're going to run a restaurant in Los Angeles, you know what to expect. You're not going to find another restaurant, not even just in Los Angeles, anywhere. Every restaurant has drama. That's basically what restaurants are built out of, right? Yeah. Have you ever served before?
I was a hostess.
So the restaurant that you worked in, was there like a huge ton of drama?
Yes.
Thank you.
And Gay Pride is always a huge event
Yes.
on this show. Can we expect some more typical dramatics this year?
In a different way, because we actually found out about the Orlando shootings that morning. So it's a very different type of episode. It was actually like a horrifying day. And I don't know exactly what I'm allowed to say about it, but we will always talk about Gay Pride and film on Gay Pride, because that's something that every single one of us, that it's very important to us, but it's very different this year.
And I also saw you hanging out with the cast of Southern Charm on Instagram. What brought you out to Charleston? And please tell me some of that was filmed for one of your shows.
No, nothing is filmed, actually, and I feel like I disappoint people when I say this, but I didn't hang out with all of the cast. I had Craig do my podcast, mainly because I was obsessed with his girlfriend, Naomi, and I adore her, and I thought Craig was one of the nicest people I've seen on TV. And once I actually met him via the phone and then got in touch with Naomi and then Danny, we kind of became pen pals. And so they kept asking us to come out and visit. And I don't have a responsibility to anyone. And I say yes to everything. This is my year of yes. I say yes to almost everything. And so I flew out there and we just hit it off in such a really cool way that it's not like a Bravo friendship. We're not sitting around talking about our shows. We really get each other, and it was a natural family almost. Not with everyone. I don't know all of the people on Southern Charm. I'm saying specifically those few. But I adore them. I adore them, and I love them.
All right, and we have a few questions from fans. So Monique on Twitter asks, how are things between you and Lisa right now?
Get better and better every day, honestly. I think Lisa's somebody that takes a little while to get over things. I don't necessarily feel like I'm that way unless it's something very serious. And I think we've both put in an effort to nurture that relationship, because we've gone through so much just in a boss, whatever relationship we have. But it's better, and I'm thankful for that.
And Gianna on Twitter wants to know, have Ariana and Kristen made amends, or do they still not like each other?
Y'all have to watch. You have to watch and see.
Arnell on Facebook wants to know, who is your favorite celebrity to interview for your podcast?
Oh my God, that's so tough. I'm gonna have to go with my girl, Emma Roberts. I mean, so often you meet people that you look up to, that you think are funny, that are great, have great comedic timing and all of that stuff, and you meet them in person, and it's kind of a letdown. When I met Emma in person, I felt like I couldn't keep up with her. She was so witty, she had so much energy, and she was so kind. She came to my apartment. I remember getting the call from my publicist being like, so she wants to actually do your podcast at your home. And I'm like, so she's aware that I have window AC units, right? I don't live in a house with central air. I can't have Emma Roberts come to my apartment? What? And she was so kind and cool, and I'm so thankful for that day. It was awesome.
All right, and we have time for one last question. Jillian on Twitter wants to know, what's going on with Shay and Sheena? Are the rumors true?
I can just say I'm exercising my revenge muscle right now on someone. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining, and I am not lying when I tell you, you do not want to miss the premiere of Vanderpump Rules tonight on Bravo at 9 Eastern, 8, 7 Central.
Thank you.
8,
I'm so
8
excited.
Central.
9, 8 Central.
Yeah, 9, 8 Central. There we go. And yeah, thank you so much, Stassi.
Thank you for having me.